Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Um I whatever I say is totally coming from spirit. Not gonna lie, like I'm just having one of the best mornings. What I've allowed myself to believe when I do have like spats of anxiety trying to overwhelm me or I don't know, just like it's some weird fear that comes over me, and I know like upon the horizon of these feelings there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm not sure who this may be for, but stop worrying. And if you are worrying, or if you are allowing a temporary feeling of emotion to overcome you, sit in this moment to feel it. Don't try to escape it. If you are around people, get away from people for a minute. Isolate yourself, sit in nature, ground yourself, and talk to God. I don't know who this may be for. I don't know who it resonates to. But when spirit tells me to do something, I just have to move along with it. This is not one of the videos where it's a shopping vlog, you know what I'm saying? It's a going out of town, a out of town trip, or going out the country trip vlog. This is for the people that really need it. This is for, especially for the people that is really trying to find a way out and trying to make it, trying to be a content creator, trying to find a new path. Like in this economy right now, we just all trying to figure out different options, trying to figure out where our lane is and thrive in it. So even if you're not just a content creator, if you're a person that's trying to like get their business off the ground, or you in a situation where you just perplexed, calm down. But like I said, in this moment where you are feeling those overwhelming emotions, allow yourself to feel it. Because when you allow yourself to feel it, you're not hiding it, you're not blocking it, you allowing it to flow through your body. And so as you allow it to flow through your body, those negative thoughts will transition into optimistic, positive thoughts. Even though things may look a certain way, one thing I've always tried to implant in my head, or imprint in my head, is one day your cup could be empty, the next day your cup could overflow. One day you may not have it, and the next day you may have too much of it. One day you don't know how your bills gonna get paid, the next minute all your bills are paid in full. One day you could not figure out, don't know how you gonna eat, the next day you can have a refrigerator full of food. It's one of those situations. So this video is for people that are authentic in their transitioning, authentic in what they are going through, and authentic in the real everyday life. I know a lot of people that get on YouTube and they show you like the fancy things that, you know what I'm saying, that they do. But I feel like a lot of people don't really show you the ugly sides, like the beginning stages, the stages where you are trying to transition, the stages that you had to go through in order to get to where you are now. And I feel like I'm in that stage, and I also feel like it's somebody out there that's also in there. I don't know why I don't look, I don't know why my skin looks so down. I'm not down, it's just, I don't know. But anyway, allow yourself to feel your emotions. Don't feel like you got to keep up with somebody else for an image or for an aesthetic. Your path is totally different from somebody else's, or somebody else that you may know. Everybody does not have, everybody don't have it good. And don't think that because certain people have it good, that they didn't have to go through something life-changing. So don't think that what you're going through right now is the end of the world. Because I feel like if you praying to not live in a season of lack, or if you're praying to never go through another season of lack, you're in a transition right now is God, where God is teaching you how to maneuver, how to budget, how to finance, and to put you in a situation to where you will never go without again. Because I feel like once you feel how it is to go without, you'll never put yourself in a position to go through that situation again. No matter if it's in money, no matter if it's in love, no matter if it's in success. If you had a business that probably had to crumble, it had to crumble, so you'll know you can't go through something if you've never been through before. So you may have had to go through a season where you had to go without. So when you do get back into that season where you gain it back, you won't never take yourself through that season again. That's just like when a child touches a hot stove. You got to get burnt, so that way you'll know to never put your hand on that stove again. You learned the consequences. So I feel like if somebody out there who is in that stage right now in their life, who is having to touch that hot stove so you'll never get burnt again. So you may be someone who just feel like you've been doing all the praying, you've been walking in the right path, righteous way of how you feel like God wants you to move. You've been true with yourself, you've been transparent with yourself, you've been honest with yourself about, all the things that you need to work on. You've been doing the proper internal work to be better than what you were yesterday. Some people out there may have children that they're trying to be a better parent for. So you feel like you've been doing all the things, but for some reason, you just can't see a light at the end of the tunnel. You just can't get right. Things are just, it's like the more you praying, the more things are falling apart. But one thing I've learned throughout all the transitions of my life is there always has to be a towering moment. Like they say, nothing in life that's worth having comes easy. So I know you probably met someone in your life where you feel like this person is just, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Everything that I pray for and a part of this person is everything that I manifest. They not perfect, but they're perfect for you. It's a perfect imperfection of a mate, a union. But there's some type of delay, it's some type of something that just gets in the way of you guys moving forward. And it's one of those things where that has been proven to me from God, where it's like anything that I know that has been worth having, I've had to work really hard to fight for. Not even to fight for, I don't want to say that, because I feel like when you fight for something, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? If you have to fight for it, it's not really yours. But I don't want to say fight. I feel like when you pray for something that you pray for, God is going to put you in a situation where he's really going to make sure that this is what you're asking for. So the particular type of work that has to be put in, you have to show him. Like if you pray for, like I said, a good partner or a good relationship, you have to show God that you are loyal. You have to show God that all the prayers that you have prayed, are you praying for within yourself? The time, the patience, the clarity, consistency, the wisdom, the grace, the patience, all of it. When you ask for to be a successful entrepreneur, to be a successful content creator, you get in those moments where your content ain't picking up how you thought it was going to be. Like you may have had moments where you don't went viral. You may have moments where everything was looking on the up and up. But when you really get into that point where you are dedicating yourself to actually being consistent, and God has put you in a situation where this is what you asked for. So now, if this is what you really want, you really have to show me that you want this. So you're going to have times of delay. You're going to have times of slow progress. You're going to have times of no progress. But that's all in the work that God is doing, because he has to see. If this is what you pray for, you have to know that there are not always going to be good days. You have to know that you're not going to always get everything that you exactly want within that particular moment in time. So when I do give you this, I have to know that you are willing to work for it. I have to know that everything that you pray for is exactly what you really want. No matter how hard it gets, you got to stick with it. No matter how ugly it gets, you got to stick with it. No matter how slow or no progress or no delay or no communication, or the relationship is not rocky, but there are things that are trying to get in the way of the union, you have to show God that if this is what you really want, you're going to stick to it no matter how ugly it gets. And so you may be in that season of transitioning where you are really having to transition from your old life of giving up and just taking the safer route, whether it's going to get a job or giving up on their relationship, or just going back to what you know, getting back in the situation, going with somebody that's familiar. You know they don't treat you right, but in the same token, it's familiar, is what you know. So you may be in that transition of going from your old life to a very new life. So I don't know who this is for, but just keep holding on. Stick to that same prayer that you prayed for when you asked God to give you those things, and show God that you want it by working hard for it. Being consistent, staying patient, and know that everything is going to happen in divine timing. The thing that we have to understand as a human, that things don't work or go right just because we ask for it in that moment. He's going to give you little bits and pieces of it to show that he is listening, but in the same breath, he gonna put you to work. Like he gonna put your faith to the test to really see, like, if this is what you really want, this is what you asked for, I got to see how bad you gonna do what you gonna. I got to see what you gonna do to keep it. Because if I bless you with a little, I'm gonna bless you with a lot. But be grateful for what I'm giving you right now. Because if you do good with what the little that I'm giving you right now, you'll be abundant in the blessings that I overflow to you. So just remember, like I said earlier in the video, one day your cup could be empty. One day you could be having a spat of loneliness. One day you could be feeling like there's no way out. And the next day, your cup could overflow. You could be walking into your wedding with your divine counterpart. A lot of things can happen within the next 24 hours. And in those moments, you'll look back on the journey and you'll just be like, God, I thank you. God, I see what you was doing. God, I understand the test that you were putting me through. God, I understand that if it was worth me having, then I had to put the work in to get it and gain it. All the wealth, all the money, all the success, all the love, all the happiness, the peace, my God, the peace that you fight so hard to get, it had to come with a little chaos. So I don't know who this is for. I don't know who it may resonate to, but I hope this finds you, and I hope this puts some type of healing on your heart. I hope this puts some type of peace in your spirit, and I hope that whatever you pray for, I hope that it comes to you in its own time and in the right time. So I love y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you follow my page. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to giving y'all more videos. Wait a minute now. Hold up, books. But yeah, until next time, y'all.